If you find yourself with a camera in your hand and you want to learn how to use it, please subscribe to this channel, like the videos, comment down below what you would like to learn more about. Hi Photos photographers. Today our challenge is child's toy. So whether that's an action figure, a stuffed animal, I want you to take a child's toy, maybe it's one from your childhood or one of your children's toys, and I want you to find a unique setting, background for it, not necessarily blending in with the other toys on your child's bedroom floor, but one of the things that came to mind, and I started to like this idea for a challenge, is I specifically took a stuffed teddy bear to my oldest 2-year-old's portrait shoot at a local city park, flower garden kind of idea. So we found a good tree that was small enough to not dwarf my 2-year-old or take up too much of my camera frame, and we propped up the teddy bear against the tree trunk, and then tried to get the 2-year-old's attention like he was playing peekaboo with the teddy bear around the tree trunk. It was a great shot, and while the 2-year-old didn't necessarily cooperate, it made for some really cute setups. So one of the things we're doing in going slowly towards tweaking and working on the finer details of things, not trying to step too quickly through these things so we can work slowly on one skill at a time, is several different steps to what we would do in a studio setting for styling, prepping, and propping things. So propping actually kind of has two different parts to it, but we don't need to get into a whole lot of that. But I'll reference this video and going back to learning and thinking about what we need to work on and what we can practice at or use as a challenge in the coming weeks. But it was a challenge to find a way that I wasn't imaging a prop that was pushing up the teddy bear against the trunk of the tree. Because the shot, let me explain that a little bit more. It looked like the teddy bear was leaning up against the tree and peeking around a little bit. I mean, the bear didn't actually change perspective of moving his neck or anything like that. The way that the teddy bear was propped up against the tree, he was in essence propped up on each leg, so that his legs on the base where the mulch was around the tree was what he was propped up against, and he was leaning forward enough, but not so much you could see that kind of lean of the bear into the tree from the camera's perspective, but he was leaning enough that the legs were providing that tension so that he was able to rest up against the tree. And then we kind of, his arms, if we needed to move them or prop them, were kind of spaced out enough that his shoulder was almost up against the tree, but you could see the muzzle and everything. So like if the bear were looking over this direction, his muzzle was kind of up against the tree, and kind of like he's peeking around. You kind of get that idea. It's all played to the camera's perspective. And that's one of the things that I want you to do with your child's toy this week, is to play around with it, see what you can do to make it look like it's alive and interacting with something in the room. It doesn't have to be a child. You don't even have to see the other thing it's interacting with. If you've seen the Disney Toy Story video series, have fun with it and see if you can find that child's toy that you can make look interactive and playing with something like the camera is able to get a perspective of the activity or quote-unquote life of the toy that children don't see when they're out of the room not playing with the toys. Have fun with it. Play around and create a little bit of a fun relief and release from the other stuff that we've been doing of Cardinal the first week and Storybook the next, things that kind of have a story or a life of their own, especially the Cardinal. I mean, you can't really get out there and pose the Cardinal. Even getting it to turn, you may have waited for the cardinal to turn around on the bird feeder or whatever you were imaging it on. Wild animals like birds and cats or other things around have their own thought processes, their own way of doing things, their own life kind of situation, and birds especially are going to be very timid of seeing any movement around them. So have fun with this one. Pose it, play with it, stage it, however you like, and have some fun with this shot and creating a story within that image. A phrase that you might be familiar with is a picture is worth 1,000 words. So learn to articulate with that image and have fun with it. Y'all have a blessed one. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and comment down below. Like this video if it's added, the content of this video has added any value to your photography. God bless.